What's up, baby? Today's show is sponsored by Southern New Hampshire University. Yeah, we talking about proper preparation. We're talking about trying to be better at life. How can we improve, right? Whether we're talking about just as an individual, how do we improve if we're talking about in the job space? I mean, whether we're talking about just all the different ways to be prepared for the next step, for that next task. Southern New Hampshire University and some of these online degree programs that they are offering. Come on, baby. You can't beat this. And they have super competitive low tuition rates that are, like I said, going to prepare you for whatever your next steps might be as it pertains to your professional career. It's not too late. I mean, shoot, what you waiting on? I mean, you're watching me, but what you waiting on? Come on, man. You see the link right there, right? snhu.edu/Arthur Moats. Tap in and go out here and get a chance to prepare yourself for greatness. But now it's time for regularly scheduled programming.
Tons of fun. We need a guy who can develop players like Munchak and Jeff Stoutland for the Eagles. Those examples are both O-linemen, but need that for any position.
I like it. Do we only look at the failures from the O-line group, or do we consider the positives as well? Because I know we bring up Pat Meyer. That's like the big lightning rod. But I'm just like, when we would look at Zach Frazier, would we say played well or did not play well this year? I think we'd all say he played well. When we would bring up Mason McCormick, did he play well or did he not play well? We're going to say he played well. Say Umalu, we're going to say he played well. The two that we had the biggest issue is Broderick and Dan. But more so, Dan was the end of the year, specifically down that last 5 stretch. Realistically, the snow game and that Bengals game was when he gave it, was it 6 sacks back-to-back weeks? It felt like 2.5 weeks in between. But those are the two that we felt the most like disgruntled with. So why do those two outweigh the other three? When the other three, 2 of them weren't even supposed to be day one starters.
I think part of it, too, with Meyer, he's been here, 3-4 years? Like, it just doesn't feel like the O-line has made any, drastic steps, as a whole.
We said at the middle portion of this season that the O-line was playing well. We all said that. We was like, yo, they doing good. We was like, yo, Broderick and Dan. That's what we was talking about. Dan about to get paid. Remember? Did that not happen?
It did. I mean, if the season ended there, I'd be giving Russ a blank check too.
Respect. But that was like week 10-ish. It ain't like we talk about week 6.
Yeah.
So for more games than not is catch what I'm like.
I don't know about that.
Okay, respect.
For the O-line as a whole, I don't know.
Okay.
Because they weren't blocking that amazing.
They weren't
Justin
great.
Fields.
They weren't great. I'm not saying that they were great. All I'm simply saying is this notion
of
this O-line is being trash. Like, I don't agree with that notion that every single player on that O-line was trash. I don't. I think we could identify 2 people that we feel a type of way about, but I don't agree with that with the interior dudes though. I don't.
No, that's fine. No, that's 100%. But O-line talk, and we've said this before, it usually is discussed as a unit, as a whole.
1,000%.
Right?
And I'm telling you, 3 were better than the 2.
Yeah, for sure. But I think these O-line units under Pat Meyer over the last 3-4 years, it's like we haven't hit anything really above average.
Okay.
Blame the coach, blame the player. I mean, whatever. But the O-line hasn't necessarily been improving like that.
Would we say with O-line group project or individuals? We would say group, right?
Yeah.
And if we say one person is struggling, one person we tried to figure out, it could make the rest of make the ship look bad, right?
Good.
All right. That's what, because I feel like both of those things.
Oh, we're not talking just about one. We're talking about 2. And again, it's not like O-line as a whole was top 5 this year.
You're saying that as a whole, I'm agreeing with you.
Going to the beginning of the season, going to the end of the season. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't really that good.
That's fair, but we're going to specifically point to a tackle or a tackle.
All right.
That's all I'm saying. So explain to me, how was the O-line trash, or how was the coach bad, and how all these players bad when we're going to specifically talk about Broderick and Dan Moore? Like, explain it.
If we don't want to talk about Pat Meyer, then this is why we're talking about the organization. Like,
okay, that's fine.
And drafting Broderick Jones and, drafting Dan Moore. Back
and they drafted Troy Fautanu. He's hurt. They drafted Troy Fautanu. He's hurt. They drafted Troy. He's hurt.
Hey, yeah, you're right.
So it's not like they're not shooting. They drafted another first rounder the next year. He's hurt.
Every team deals with injuries, though.
I know. But we only act like ours don't matter is the problem. We act like our injuries, hey, we say next man up, so it don't matter. We're going to hold you to the same standard. Whereas another team can have them injuries and, that's content. Hey, we care about that. That's all.
Hey, yeah.
But hey, shout out to it, baby.
If we want to keep Pat Meyer and say, like, he's doing a good enough job in developing and all that stuff, then you do have to have questions about. And I think that's legit, yeah. And putting players. So then who does that
I think that's legit. I think that's all legit. Absolutely. Nobody's above criticism and critique. Nobody. I just question where you have a stance. Just why? That's all.
That wasn't even my stance. I'm just talking
asked.
about like why Pat Meyer might be on the chopping block.
Yeah, I was just asking back to you. That's all.
Like, I would be fine with moving off him. I don't really have the strong stance either way.
I don't either. I just be asking questions.
The O-line hasn't been good enough under his tenure though for 3-4
I think
years.
I would agree with that too.
So if we move off of him, I'm not trying to spill milk here.
Man, you at least go bother me one way or the other. That's all my whole thing is, but I just find it, from my stance, it's entertaining when it's less about just simply throwing a comment out there, because anybody could throw the comment out there. It's like, all right, well, why do you feel like that? Man, I just like to hear both sides of it. That's it.